think we made some alligators very happy.
You have to end this. Shoot him.
All right. What y'all guys thinking? What y'all guys thinking about Angel Batista? What y'all thinking? Because I think that for this season of Dexter's Resurrection, and I guess he's trying to like put together some. Well, he already knows that Dexter's the Bay Harbor Butcher, but I guess he's gonna try to formulate a plan of trying to catch him in the act, or probably trying to have like the detectives in New York to potentially get him. But see, here's the thing of what he's actually doing, because when he was in Miami, Florida, and when he was with Masuka and he was with Quinn, he should have told them right then and there that Dexter's alive and Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher, because they both would have been like, okay, cool, let's go to New York City and let's handle this. But see, from what I remember in the original series of Dexter, I think Quinn was a bit of a hothead in times. He was like, I think he was calm, but I feel like he was a bit of a hothead at times. So I'm like, well, if Quinn would have been there, I think he probably would have foiled the plan. I think Masuka would have been like, cool, but I don't think he would have, I don't know, like jumped. But then again, because it's like, it's a conflicting topic, because Masuka, was friends with Dexter. Everybody was friends with Dexter. So to know that Dexter is actually the Bay Harbor Butcher, it would be sort of hard to like really, think about. Even though Quinn was really looking at Dexter like, at a time, because it was like literally no secret at this point when everybody was sort of looking at Dexter like, that guy kind of weird, He's like, I don't know, because Dokes immediately like just picked up on it. He was like, nah, that's something off about him, because Dexter's like, portrayal of, antisocial. Like, yeah, he'll be around people, but if he would only be around people if it's necessary, or if it's the situation is forced or is called upon for him to be around people. But he comes off as like, not antisocial, but just more like, he's in his own space. So and all of these traits, it just comes off like serial killish, where you like, the guy wants to be alone, he's sort of distant, he's a little bit cold at times, right? It's like, it's something off that you could probably pick up on and be like, this guy could probably be a serial killer. And then little behold, Dokes finds out about it. But like I said, I think that with this season going forward, Angel Batista is making like a big mistake again, because the thing is, it's like everybody who tried to go after Dexter either ended up dead or just pretty much died at this point, because they tried to go after Dexter knowing that he was the Bay Harbor Butcher, but stuff happened and things just didn't go the way that it was planned. Because again, with Dokes tried to bring him down. He was like, all right, but then complications happened, Dexter went free, and then Dokes got blown up.
Don't do this.
So it's like, Dokes he sort of had him, but he couldn't do anything. And then when Dexter was at the shipping yard, well, they was at the shipping containers, and Lagreta had him, she had him, and that's when she was like, Deborah, I need you to shoot him now. But Deborah couldn't do it, because again, it was weird, because it was like she was in love with him, but then it was like, it was still, I don't know, there was on some weird shit. I don't know. There was on some weird shit at the time. But it's like, she couldn't do it. So she had to shoot her because she didn't want to kill Dexter. So again, it's like circumstances happened. And now that Angel Batista is in New York City, he figures he's gonna try to do things the right way to try to bring down Dexter. But the problem with that is Dexter is very elusive. And when Harrison tells Dexter, I think he probably will tell him. I guess like, oh, Angel Batista is in New York City and he's been asking questions. So it's going to be a matter of time until Dexter knows about, okay, Angel Batista is in New York City. He's looking for him. And then it's only going to be a matter of time until Dexter put together like, okay, like these New York cops, right? They trying to formulate a plan of who is the Bay Harbor, not the Bay Harbor Butcher, but the person who killed like Ryan Foster, right? And they still, like, Harrison is still not out the clear of the murder, because he's still the prime suspect, and unless they find somebody else. But unlikely, it's highly unlikely that they're gonna find somebody else who actually did the murder. But again, it's like Angel Batista, like he knows, like Batista just knows, and he's trying to formulate this plan. But again, I don't really see him. I really don't see him probably surviving this season. I like it's sort of like a coin toss because again, he's trying, like, Batista is very conflicted, but we do know that he's gonna try to formulate his own plan to try to take down Dexter. But I think that he probably might end up getting killed. In my opinion, I think he probably might end up getting killed, and it might either be maybe I'm thinking maybe the Gemini killer, right? Because if Dexter's going after all these other serial killers, except for the woman that Dexter is involved with, except for her, he might not try to go after her, but everybody else. Oh, like the ponytail killer, he's gonna probably be next at some point, and then the Gemini killer, and then Prater, he's gonna come for him, and then that's gonna be it. It's gonna be the whole gang. But in the meantime, while Dexter's gonna go after the rest of these serial killers, he still have Angel Batista that's gonna be looking for him, and then he's gonna try to tie up like all these murders because, okay, let's just say Batista follows him, or he tries to follow Dexter to like this new spot where he's burning bodies now, because it's not like, because again, this is New York City. This is New York City. I mean, yeah, there's places you can like throw the body in, but it's not like Miami where it's just a whole big old ocean and you can just, I mean, there is ways, but again, he doesn't have his boat and that's too much of a hassle. So burning them is a bit quicker than just dumping their bodies out to the water somewhere. So again, Batista's gonna have like a lot on his hands to try to even formulate a plan to take down Dexter, but then at the same time, he's not implementing Harrison because Harrison did kill Ryan, but he's not trying to put him in there yet. I think he probably might try to use Ryan to get to I think he might try to use Harrison to get to Dexter, which I'm thinking of. He probably might try to use a ploy of, well, you know, if we could get Harrison, we could probably lure out Dexter and be like, see, Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher, and we could probably trade one for the other. Which I'm thinking that he probably might try to formulate a plan, but then Dexter is going to have to try to outsmart Batista, because Dexter's not going to kill Batista. It's not going to be like how that shit was in Iron Lake. I mean, no, it ain't going to be like that shit, because that shit was fucking, I don't know what the fuck they did up there. Like, Dexter's killing people, non-innocent people. Now, granted, it's not like this was the first time Dexter killed an innocent person, because that kill that he did kill was a mistake. He didn't mean to kill that person. That was just a mistake on his end. So, it's like, he's not going to kill, like, Batista. Now, the caveat could be maybe Harrison. Maybe Harrison might get the wrong idea. Maybe it could be Harrison. But if not like he's going to kill like Batista. No. It could be like a circumstance like how it was in New Blood, where he doesn't want to, but a situation may occur where he probably might have to. That's an open possibility. And then you got the Gemini killer, because the way that they probably saving the Gemini killer for probably like being like maybe like the last person that's on Dexter's kill table, they might set it up in a way where, I don't know, like maybe everybody gets wind of what Dexter is doing, something could happen, right? Batista's probably got some lead or on Dexter. He probably might try to go get him, but then he probably might get caught off guard, and then he might get captured, right? And then maybe Dexter could come to his rescue. He might save him, but then it's like, what Batista's gonna really do in the matter, because if they put it in a situation where Dexter has to save Batista, then what Batista's gonna really do? Like, is he going to just go back to Miami, Florida, and just forget everything, or is he gonna just still go after Dexter and be like, even though, yeah, you saved me, but you still kill people, like he told Harrison in the last episode? Like, he sounds like a dark Avenger. Like, he's going off killing all these serial killers, but a lot of good people ended up dead around Dexter, even though he was trying to do good, which is a fair point, because a lot of people that was in Dexter's circle ended up dead. But ooh, man, I'm telling you, because I'm like, freaking Batista, he's gonna try everything in the book to try to get him, but we don't know exactly how the conversation was when he was there talking to the two detectives about the whole Bay Harbor Butcher story, or the story of people getting chopped up into 9 pieces. He didn't go into full details, but they're gonna try to work with him to be like, okay, maybe the Bay Harbor Butcher is actually in New York City. How are we gonna get him, and who exactly is the Bay Harbor Butcher? But see, Batista's not gonna go into details. He know who he is. He know who the Bay Harbor Butcher is, but he's not gonna go into full details because it's a personal subject to Batista. It's very personal to him, so he wants to be the one to capture Dexter and arrest him, and then just prove to everybody that he was the Bay Harbor Butcher the whole time. He committed these murders. That was it. But and like I said, I just don't think he's gonna survive because everybody who tried to go down that path of catching Dexter alone ended up dead. And again, it was by random circumstances. It wasn't by Dexter's hand. It was just by a random circumstance where they just ended up dead and Dexter went free. So if it's like a random circumstance again where Batista, he got a hold of Dexter and he's like, well, I finally got you now, and then somebody either shoots him or stab him, then Dexter's gonna go free again. But then here's the thing, you still got Quinn and Masuka. You still got those two. Now, unless Batista left behind like a note or something like, hey, in case y'all read this, I'm dead, type letters and be like, well, if I'm dead, Dexter killed me, Dexter's alive, he's a Bear Harbor Butcher, and he's in New York City. If he leaves behind a note like that, then fine. Then you would set it up in season 2 where you would have Quinn and Masuka going after Dexter and like, wait, Dexter's alive. Wait, how? Some shit like that. But then again, he didn't really tell them. But you just never know because again, word can just get back out like, oh yeah, Sergeant Batista is dead. But I highly doubt they might do that. I don't want them to because I like Batista and I don't want him to die. I just rather have him go back to Florida and he just forget all about Dexter and Harrison and then he make peace with it. That's what I'm kind of hoping they do that. But we'll see. But comment down below what you guys think of the possibilities of Dexter potentially going to prison, which I don't want, and how exactly is Batista going to probably maybe insert Harrison into his plans of maybe catching Dexter, and maybe what is going to be Batista's plans as a whole in general for like this entire season of how he's going to catch Dexter, and maybe is he going to have like some sort of bait for Dexter, maybe have him like a full serial killer or something to maybe lure out Dexter and be like, haha, he wasn't a serial killer, but you tried to kill him anyway because you had the tools in your bag, so you're under arrest. But as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch you all in the next one.